43-year-old displaced woman Naurem Rojita spearheads legal and humanitarian appeal to centre and NALSA after her home in Churachandpur was bombed at the peak of Manipur violence. MP Laisemba Sanadjauba warns of joint uprising by indigenous communities if authorities continue to remain silent on obstructions of Meitei people from visiting sacred places of worship by Kuki community. Kokomi coordinator Kuraiza Mathoba accuses government of falsely portraying long-drawn violence in the state, calls for public awareness campaign. Joint team of Manipur Pollution Control Board, Directorate of Environment and Climate Change, Mahud, and City Police carry out crackdown on single-use plastics across Imphal City. 9 shops fined so far. An Olympic silver medalist Mirabai Chanu unanimously appointed chairperson of Indian Weightlifting Federation's IWF Athletes Commission. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm BABINA HAJARIMAYUM, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. A 43-year-old displaced woman from Churachandpur district, Naurem Rojita, has emerged as a determined voice for justice and rehabilitations after her home in Churachandpur was bombed at the peak of Manipur violence. Now living in a relief camp in Bishnupur with her husband and 3 children, Rojita is spearheading a legal and humanitarian appeal on behalf of internally displaced persons in the state. In a bold move, Rojita recently met a top judicial officer of National Legal Services Authority in Delhi, seeking relief and legal aid for internally displaced people in the border state. In a letter to the centre and some union ministries, she described the condition of internally displaced people from the Meitei community and what kind of help they need the most. NALSA responded to her letter, after which she and 2 other displaced people accompanied by relief volunteers met NALSA member secretary in charge SC Munghate in the national capital. They submitted a 20-point request to the centre and other authorities for helping Meiteis living in relief camps. The request includes identity cards for internally displaced people, linked to Aadhaar, mental trauma counselling, providing education, insurance policy for IDPs, land protections, resettlement of Meitei community, and student allowances, among others. NALSA, formed under the Legal Services Authorities Act 1987, confirmed that Rojita's appeal would be discussed by Justice B.R. Gavai, Executive Chairman of NALSA and a sitting Supreme Court judge who recently visited relief camps in Manipur. It may be mentioned that Rojita's husband, 44-year-old Naurem Ibomcha, owned a licensed gun shop in Churachandpur. On May 3, 2023, CCTV footage captured Kuki mobs looting the shop, followed by an arson attack on their home. The family was rescued by security forces, but all belongings, documents and livelihood were lost. According to an FIR filed by the family, none of the firearms stolen during the attack have been recovered. It may also mention that the Kumuzamba Meitei Laikai Patadar Association, representing over 100 Meitei families who live in Churachandpur since 1953, accused Kuki miscreants of years of harassment, extortion and discrimination, claims backed by multiple displaced residents. In September 2023, satellite visuals and videos confirmed that entire Meitei colonies in Churachandpur had been razed using heavy machinery. Rajya Sabha MP and titular King of Manipur, Laisemba Sanajabu, warns the central government, stating that a coordinated movement of indigenous communities may erupt if authorities continue to remain silent on the obstruction of Meitei people from visiting sacred places of worship by members of Kuki community. Speaking at the flagging off ceremony of a 10-day Meitei Mayak teaching program of Milal and Directorate of Language Planning and Implementation Manipur by a 6-member team led by President of Meitei Irol Iek Loinasilon Apunbalup Milal in Tripura today, MP Sanat Jauba called the centre's continued indifference unfortunate and unacceptable. He expressed deep concern that Meitei people have been unable to visit sacred religious sites for over 2 years. The MP emphasized that he has been pressuring the relevant authorities to intervene, including the Manipur governor. He warned that failure to act would leave the Meitei community with no choice but to launch a strong agitations in alliance with other indigenous communities. On the Meitei Mayak initiative in Meitei settlements of Tripura, including Puthiba, Rasbiari, Aboynagar and Agartala, the MP highlighted the cultural importance of preserving the unique Meitei language and script, which is known by few Meitei people living outside Manipur. He commended Milal and Directorate of Language Planning and Implementation for their efforts in unifying the community and building a collective identity of the Meitei community.
Lai tagi pai ko tagi ko na asyang mo family ko di lai family na ko na sahi ko dingi sasaramba kazaramba ade ma pang du ko na lai ngai so thabak ko thingdal lai hai jodi adu masidi fajana ko gi wakal khan mangamba adu ko civilize ba du gamba ko gi full ta na masjid ko adu na ai gi ma ki de su hona ba ya ko na jaga ni ski batang si ai numai te adu tawbada ba sing khan lai ba na Makona kari tau hai hau gi jagani aduna makona su aduna masi matang sapsaba thabak su lokolak tragadi miyam ga khanara ga kari tau sige tamai tau sige ha matang
Kokomi coordinator Kurizam Athoba accused the government of false portraying the long-drawn violence instigated by Kuki narco-terrorists in Manipur as communal violence and ignoring it. Athoba appealed to the people to hold widespread public meetings in every village and locality of Manipur from April 17 to 30 so that the masses will know the true face of government of India, who use armed Kuki militants as tool to wage war in the state and eventually acting as innocent. And during the public meeting, the indigenous people will also take decisions to protect themselves. Speaking in this regard at Kokomi office in Lamphel today, Athoba criticized the failure of government of India to ensure free movement on national highways despite of president's rule in the state and over the failure to conduct operations and hills and recover weapon and for not withdrawing the Sioux Pact. He said that people are facing extreme hardship on the backdrop of violence, which is about to complete 2 years. Athoba also accused the centre for being double standard by giving different versions on causes of the crisis in Manipur. Athoba criticized that a new government is yet to be formed in the state despite of having enough MLAs. He demanded the MLAs to resign if they cannot form a government at the earliest so that an election could be held.
Majority laina lengak semang ngamna semdana leriba MLA sing asina Mia Mamanga, Tola Kanda, Makoyu, Chap Chaba, Toguda Tabok being a leader of the state, Mona Tom Toku, President Haibangi, Amichana Haibang Iba, New Delhi, Tojan Vivang Iraga, Santana Kalakbang Iban, and some later Gadi, Santana Kangera Kalora, Santana Kalasu, or Roy Haibagi, Miamna, Mokogi Matata, Akanba, Ware Pirip, Sweden Lakani, and Atubada, Levang Miami, Hulkana, Miamna, Bot Hadaraga Kagi, Mihut Amoina, legitimate leader Amoina, Mokogi Tom Toku Tabaktu. Athoba da tawu duma diam tangai phadre aduna tatagadi miyamna president ruchu loshenba leidiba MLA sing sisu loshelaga anoba fresh mandate ama piraga anoba luchingba sing khannanabagi process amada miyamna soina pamnarakani haba.
Coordinating Committee on Waqf Property Protections in Manipur and All Manipur Muslim Meitei Pangal Welfare Association filed a case against Waqf Amendment Act 2025 in the Supreme Court. Chairman of the newly formed Coordinating Committee, A.R. Khan, expresses hope that the Apex Court will admit the case. Speaking at a meeting with newspersons held at Babupara quarter of MLA MD Abdul Nasir Committee Chairman A.R. Khan commented that Waqf Act 1995 was amended by the government after adding a few provisions. He also observed that a massive movement is being witnessed in the country demanding withdrawal of the act. He observed that the Coordinating Committee on Waqf Property Protections in Manipur was formed under the leadership of MLA MD Abdul Nasir following a joint consultative meeting of Maitai Pangal CSOs involving legal experts. The chairman reiterated that the committee's petition in the Supreme Court demanding withdrawal of the Waqf Amendment Act has been included in the list of cases, and whether the apex court will admit the case or not is awaited. He also informed that committee's representatives, including MLA Abdul Nasir, are in New Delhi awaiting the decision of the apex court. A.R. Khan also pointed out that the constitution provides for religious minorities to look after their institutions and safeguard their rights, adding that Waqf properties are donations made by members of the Islam faith to be used for religious purposes. The chairman furthermore maintained that Waqf tribunal have final say whether a property comes under Waqf or not. However, the newly Amendment Act has presented situations where government officials may replace the tribunal. A.R. Khan also criticized the act, claiming that it obscures the image of the Central Waqf Council and Board Authority and is considered an intrusion in the religious practices of the Muslim community.
Waqf Council amasung Waqf Board ki hana leijeriba authority si dilute tawthorokbagumba adu religious character sida ama khut hingelakbagumba ama loina yaure sida mayam si detail oina khoi gi read petition sida loina explain tawra sida khoi sida loina I khare khoi iraga khoi gi advocate ani adu Delhi da chalan jakare advocate ani du Supreme Court ki leba advocate on record ka tanaraga mokhoina draft petition khoina ampwana coordination committee ga convener ga semlok sambit targa final tawraga moi amaka and file tawre aduga register tawre list yaukre cell number 73 da ngasigi yuji moi khanri sida zakari tarakadage admit tawbasi yare hairakadoribra natraga topa view rakadobra haidudi khoi hujimakte khoina mayamanga thamjabadi ngamjadre adu yakadodi mali.
Meanwhile, locals staged a protest meet at Khergaon, Lampak, condemning the planting of a remote-controlled IED at the residence of one MD Ilyas Khan in Khergaon. Khergaon, Mirapaibi and Yova Club jointly organized a sit-in. Yova Secretary Wahidur Rahman condemned such incident in residential area, creating fear and panic to people. He demanded clarifications from those concerned and actions against the perpetrators.
Gram Panchayat Part 2 ki chairperson ki Manau Nupa Ilyas mayamna tipu haina khangnaba mahaki thonganda yamna sakti leraba bomama thamjan biramba masi karigidamak thammibano tipu gi manansina karino kyamna sakti leraba khoigi aidi bom sebo thamjalibe maramsina karigino masi yamna hanomaktada yuba amadi khoigi lekai sigi mera paibi gi site gi kandem yam tawjari khoigi bom asi thammamibno haibase projam da marek sengna takpiyo aduga mari leinana masigi thammamiba miyoi singa se kanana no karina no khoigi khoina thigat pangam jadabni na khoigi maruoina Manipur government gi khoi police department gi site ta khoina appeal tawjari masi athuba matamda khoi lalanjin puthokpiyo miyam da ki akung tawbasi mang da tawhandana ba hona biyo.
Locals of Langatel appealed to CSOs in Hairok to help in finding all those involved in the alleged brutal assault of two men during Thabal Chongba at Hairok, Haitupokpi, Thobal district. They demanded punishment for all the perpetrators. The two men are getting treatment at Ras Hospital. They are identified as 27-year-old Nepram Surjakanta, son of N. Robin, and 27-year-old Okram Robot, son of O. Debananda, both are residents of Langatel, Mamang Laikai. Speaking in this regard at Langatel Yumzau Man Biching today, Mirapaibi Mayengbam Ibemcha narrated that the two men went for Thabal Chongba on Sajibu Chairauba. She claimed that some locals of Hairok brutally assaulted the duo and left them. Locals came across them and took them to a hospital. Langatel residents urged clubs and Mirapaibi groups in Hairok to help in the police investigations into the case. Manipur police and security forces arrested 8 accused cadres belonging to different proscribed outfits across Thoubal, Imphal West and Imphal East districts on Tuesday. According to police reports in Salungpham, Mamanglaykai, under Hairok police stations, 4 accused cadres of KCP Apunba City Meitei were apprehended for engaging in extortion activities targeting brick fields, sawmills, banks, hospitals, schools, colleges, oil pumps, shops and contractors across Thoubal district. Arrested individuals are 24-year-old MD Saruk Khan of Thoubal Wangkem Muslim, 29-year-old Sangom Sumbam Akhtar Ahmad of Thoubal Wangkem Muslim, 41-year-old Konzengbam Kumarzit of Nambol Laimapokpam Awang Laikai, Bisnupur district, and 47-year-old Laisram Joy Mangol of Kairembikok, Mamang Laikai, Thoubal district. Security forces seized 1.32 pistol with magazine and 3 live rounds, 3 36 HE hand grenades, 5 mobile phones, 1 4-wheeler and 2 two-wheelers from their possessions. In a separate operations, police arrested an accused active member of KCP Nongdran Komba group identified as Salam Sadananda alias Ingocha alias Pari, age 31, from a rented house at Kombirai Housing Complex under Lamphel Police Station, Imphal West District. He was allegedly involved in issuing threats and monetary demands in and around Imphal area. One mobile handset and an Aadhaar card were recovered from him. Meanwhile, in White Tochiru, Imphal East, police also arrested 3 active members of Sorepa who were involved in extortion from schools in the Yairipok area. The accused are 31-year-old Laisungbam Lenin alias Kuman, 32-year-old Yumkaibam Lukoy alias Aboy, and 25-year-old Sagolsem Dines seized items including 3 mobile phones, 1 two-wheeler and other miscellaneous articles. Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on drive against a single-use plastic. So keep watching Impact News.
Liver Cirrhosis and Liver Cancer Clinic, AIG Hospitals, Hyderabad ki Senior Liver Transplant amasung Hepatobiliary Surgeon Dr. Sumana Kolar Ramachandra lakliba April ki tang taraga nipan amasung taraga mapanda Caesar Hospitals Langolda OPD consultation ki khudong jaba lobi haunaba khanganjari.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Primetime English Bulletin. In a concerted effort to enforce the ban on single-use plastics, Manipur Pollution Control Board, Directorate of Environment and Climate Change, Mahud and City Police jointly carried out a crackdown across Imphal City. The drive, led by Member Secretary of Pollution Control Board, Dr. W. Rawson, targeted shops dealing in plastic items at Nagamapal, Masjid Road and Dharmasala areas. Banned polythene bags and other single-use plastic items were seized from 9 shops and fines were imposed on the violators over past last 2 days. To raise public awareness, the team used loudspeakers to inform locals about the government's ban on single-use plastics and their environmental impact. As part of the drive, which began yesterday, free biodegradable and cloth bags were distributed to shoppers. Dr. W. Rawson reiterated that the drive aligns with the government's directive on plastic bans and warned that further violations could lead to jail terms. He also confirmed that similar enforcement actions will soon be carried out in other districts of Manipur.
Si thả khuding ki satha gani ko do Imphal gi wanadi ngasi bongti satha bani hayeng degi mo district amada mo satkani akoi si pollution control gi role si kaino ne mayam si da gyan tahan bani ko akoi di sagi finally amna kain adu di wana chinde adu ga akoi municipal body si so sagi single use plastic item ma che karam manu pha ri karam kamno pharo gi si apana takni tambi ba madi apana facility tar hai tare ko ade item sing si pharo ga mine aya ba je phajal lugum to ko ya da bu thado gum to su mayam si khanong no na ko si sum akoi di yaw bani ko ga housing ko na praja sing su yam aware were ana manaram dire ko karam ba item si ya da ba je se lo na khab male ayam na ana ko si amna encouraging sign.
A continuing medical education program on stem cell transplant and rational transfusion practices was held at the Susruta Hall of RIMS in Imphal. Department of Transfusion Medicine RIMS organized the event in association with Manipur Society of Transfusion Medicine. RIMS Director Professor G. Sunil Kumar Sharma, Medical Superintendent Professor and Sanjeev Singh, and RIMS Academic Dean Professor T.H. Meera graced the event. On the other hand, as part of World Oral Health Day 2025, RIMS Dental College along with Samagra Siksa State Implementation Society Manipur organized state-level quiz competitions and science exhibition at the Zubli Hall in RIMS. Delegations from Association of Healthcare Providers of India, AHPI, led by Dr. K.H. Palin, and Dhanamanjuri University, led by Vice Chancellor Professor Chand Babu, met with Governor Ajay Kumar Bhalla today. AHPI highlighted financial challenges in healthcare due to resource gaps in central and state schemes, while Dhanamanjuri University sought support for administrative and infrastructural issues. The governor assured attention to both matters. Imphal East District Deputy Commissioner in charge Mayangbam Rajkumar encouraged craftsmen and artisans to get the benefits of PM Vishwakarma Yojana. DC in charge Rajkumar today attended certificate distribution ceremony for the successful participants of first batch of traditional soft dolls and toys making training program held under Pradhan Mantri Vishwakarma Yojana at District Industry Center Complex, Porompat from April 4 to 10. Speaking at the event, Rajkumar stressed the need to hold trainings under the Yojana in every district to benefit people who have no source of income and to enhance the state's economy by making quality products and exporting it. He also directed relevant officials to hold district-level meeting to find out the number of people eligible for loans under the scheme.
Masigi sector se koi seriously low re haraga enterprising way ba dugum ba sector ama ko helangai honasi training yaure certificate to pai raga prem sansalaga thamba nataba hogal lai ba laikai gi naharol sing angang sing sisu tana re haraga makhoi dana kari idea lai moina pambasina kari no mapanda lai lai suga tamba chalu bangang sing da mapanda lai hoba tools makai toys makai sigi akoi gi hujik market ta sangai basina karamba mong da sangai ka hai base koi phajana explore to minaraga bas akoi su akoi gi skill se upgrade to ba world ki market ta national market ta international market ta koi gi product sisu compete to rubangam nabagi angle lom da koi changchin si.
One-day sensitization cum interaction awareness program on Child Marriage Prohibition Act 2006 and child protection for district-level officers and stakeholders in Tecnopal district was held today. District Administration Tecnopal organized the event in collaborations with District Child Protection Unit Tecnopal and at SDO Office Machi. One-day workshop for match of MG and REGA for different Gram Panchayats of Thoubal district was held today. The training cum workshop held at Election Counting Hall Thoubal DC Complex was organized by MG and REGA District Program Coordinator Thoubal, MG and REGA Thoubal District IT Manager A. Rones and Lissam Tomba, who attended as resource persons, spoke on the roles and responsibilities of MG and REGA METs in the different program of the Gram Panchayat. One-day Ayushman Arogya Severe Free Medical Camp was conducted at Sri Sri Radha Mandap Hall, Sagolban Salam Laikai, Mamang Lairak today. The health camp was organized under the initiative of MLA R.K. Imo in collaborations with Sagolban Constituency Progressive Committee and Urban Primary Health Center, Sagolban. Several dogs were vaccinated against rabies during an anti-rabies vaccination camp organized jointly by Kongpal Kongkham Laikai Youth Development Organizations and Sabal Laikai Veterinary Dispensary at the organization's community hall today. Manipur Fire Services organized an essay competitions on the theme Unite to Ignite a Fire Safe India in various districts today as part of National Fire Service Week 2025 observance. The competition was held at Johnstone Higher Secondary School in Imphal, at LM High School Atopam Bazar in Thoubal District, at Kakching Higher Secondary School in Kakching District, and at Mount Everest Higher Secondary School Tafo in Sanapati District. Over 100 students from class 10 to 12 participated in the competition. Several local bodies of Ketrugao AC, namely Eastern Sporting Association, Oriental Pioneer Association, Social Athletic Club, Youth Development Club and Nehru Memorial Club have submitted a memorandum to Governor seeking intervention in matter regarding road constructions in Top Dusara area in the constituency. Construction work is assigned to Keystone Infra Private Limited, Ketrugao Assembly constituency, under Manipur Urban Road Drainage and Asset Management Improvement Project, which has come to a halt reportedly due to local political influence. Bangladesh Army is set to provide logistics and tactical support, not direct combat aid, to a US-backed coalitions of ethnic armed groups, including the Arakan Army, AA, and Chin National Front, CNF, in their fight against Myanmar's military junta in Rakhine State. Media reports say that troops from the 10th, 17th and 24th divisions will assist in supply operations from a new logistic hub near Teknaf, while Cox's Bazar Airport is being upgraded for drone operations using Turkish UAVs. Top US officials are currently in Dhaka for closed-door talks with Bangladeshi authorities and rebel group leaders housed in safe locations. The plan also includes a humanitarian push to repatriate 80,000 Rohingya if military gains are met. The broad strategy is to develop a military plan in which the Bangladesh Army will play an important role. The Bangladesh Army is also making efforts to rope in the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army, which till recently was ideologically and militarily opposed to the Arakan Army. However, the arrest last month of ARSA chief Ataullah in Narayanganj near Dhaka, along with 9 other associates, indicates the Bangladesh Army is making efforts to convince the ARSA to join the broad coalition against the Myanmar military junta. This development follows high-level military meetings between Bangladesh and US Army Pacific officials, signaling a deepening regional alliance against Myanmar's junta. Singzamai MLA Yumnam Khemchan sends greetings on the sacred occasion of Good Friday. He urged all to imbibe the teachings of Lord Jesus Christ for forgiveness and compassion to bring peace in the state. Now the sports news. Olympic silver medalist Mirabai Chanu has been unanimously appointed chairperson of Indian Weightlifting Federation's IWF Athletes Commission, marking a new leadership milestone in her decorated career. Grateful for the trust placed in her by IWF President Sahadev Yadav and fellow commission members, the 30-year-old pledged to advocate for athletes' welfare and ensure their concerns are heard at all levels. Mirabai Chanu, who won silver at the Tokyo Olympics with a 210 kg lift, is now focused on creating a supportive environment for athletes while continuing her own pursuit of an Asian Games medal, the only major title missing from her resume. Final match of 31st Governors Cup Men's Invitation Polo Tournament and 20th Governors Women Polo Tournament, organized by Manipur Horse Riding and Polo Association, will be held on April 18. In the second semi-final of Men's Invitation Polo Tournament, played today at Mapal Kangsebung, Imphal, ex-Polo Club Wangkai defeated Black Watch Polo Club Babupara by 8-7 scoreline. Ex-Polo Club Wangkai and Manipur Police Sports Club Team B will lock horns in the final of Men's Invitation Polo Tournament. Imphal Riding Club Iroi Semba will clash against Assam Rifles Polo Team in the final of Women Polo Tournament. In the ongoing first MNCA Women's U23 one-day cricket tournament, AKSDO Kangabok secured a massive 259-run victory over YPHUC Lalambung at Sedok Ground, Kongba. Batting first, AKSDO made 306 runs in 35 overs, led by a stunning 124 run from Bisaya Kundrakpam and 69 runs from Daina Moirangthem. In reply, YPHUC was bowled out for just 47 runs in 20 overs and 5 bowls. Bisaya Kundrakpam took 1 wicket and secured 124 runs, earning her Player of the Match title for her all-round performance. The first semi-final between Force Ketrugao and PTCC Patsoi Part 3 will be played at Sedok Ground, while the second semi-final between Thau Thangmaiban and Shadow Thangmaiban will be held at Thau Thao ground tomorrow. In the upcoming Los Angeles Olympics 2028, cricket matches will be played at a temporary, purpose-built venue at Fairgrounds in Pomona. Organizing committee of the Olympics made the announcement yesterday. Pomona, located in Southern California, is around 50 kilometers from Los Angeles. The tournament will be played in the fast-paced T20 format with 6 teams each in both men's and women's competitions. Making a return to the Olympics after more than a century, the sport last appeared at Paris 1900 Olympics. The Los Angeles Olympic Games are scheduled to take place from July 14 to 30 in 2028. Before we end, let's take a look at headlines once again. 43-year-old displaced woman Naurem Rojita spearheads legal and humanitarian appeal to center an NALSA after her home in Churachandpur was bombed at the peak of Manipur violence. MP Semba Sanadjawa warns of joint uprising by indigenous communities if authorities continue to remain silent on obstruction of Meitei people from visiting sacred places of worship by Kuki community. Kokomi coordinator Kuriza Matoba accuses government of falsely portraying long-drawn violence in the state, calls for public awareness campaign. Joint team of Manipur Pollution Control Board, Directorate of Environment and Climate Change, Mahut, and City Police carry out crackdown on single-use plastics across Imphal City. 9 shops fined so far. And Olympic silver medalist Mirabai Chanu unanimously appointed chairperson of Indian Weightlifting Federation's Athletes Commission. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next, Primetime Manipur Bulletin. So have a great evening and stay safe.
Lana Thauram, Malem Taibang Panasida, Ekoi Punamak Pukon Biramba.